Hey guys, let's take a look at one of the more unusual encounters in the Siege of Orgrimmar, the Spoils of Pandaria. This is an all-out ad fight, during which there is no real boss to fight. The arena where the fight takes place is divided into 4 quadrants. Within each quadrant there is a lever as well as a large number of differently sized crates that contain adds. Initially, the raid is confined to 2 of the 4 quadrants, but by using the 2 levers available in these first 2 quadrants, the gates to the remaining quadrants can be opened. When all 4 levers have been used, the fight is over and you've won. The difficulty comes from the fact that each lever needs to be powered up in order to be usable, and the only way that this can be done is by killing adds that are located within the crates. The crates can be opened simply by clicking them, and when the adds contained within them are killed, they release Titan energy that powers up the lever within that quadrant. Once enough adds have been killed, the lever can be used and your raid can move into the next quadrant. It's also important to note that the entire fight is timed, and your raid has a maximum of 270 seconds to pull the first 2 levers and another 300 seconds after that to pull the remaining 2 before instantly wiping. The strategy to use is to divide your raid up into 2 groups and to have each group fight inside one of the 2 initially accessible quadrants. Each group can then move into their next quadrant. Not having any players within an active quadrant will wipe you instantly. As far as the abilities of the adds are concerned, these are not very complicated, although they are numerous and they can sometimes overwhelm you. 2 of the quadrants are Mogu themed while the other 2 are Mantid themed. In Mogu-themed quadrants, the largest crates contain Shaotian Colossi. These large adds have a lot of health and regularly summon smaller adds that damage and stun players. The medium-sized crates contain modified anima golems and Mogu shadow ritualists. The anima golems have an ability similar to the matter swap ability in the Dark Animus encounter, and they also place void zones on the ground that heal adds that stand in them. The Mogu shadow ritualists have a dot that spreads to other raid members whenever it is dispelled, but which disappears altogether when the add dies, an interruptible nuke, and beneficial void zones that buff the haste of players standing in them. The small crates contain several types of adds which are not really problematic at all on their own, so opening several of these at once is quite viable, as you can see right now. In Mantid-themed quadrants, the largest crates contain Cathic Demolishers. These large adds have a lot of health and regularly cast Set to Blow on random raid members. This places a debuff on them with several stacks, which after 30 seconds explodes, dealing a lot of damage to that player for each stack. Players can get rid of some or all of the stacks by using this extra action button with which they're provided, which essentially drops a bomb on the ground at their location and clears a stack. The bombs on the ground explode after 30 seconds or whenever someone comes within 10 yards of them, and their explosions also chain to other nearby bombs on the ground. Players who have immunities can hold on to all of their stacks and just use an immunity when the debuff is about to run out, while other players just have to drop all the bombs in a safe part of the room. The medium-sized Mantid crates contain Cathic Swarm Leaders and Wind Wielders, which deal damage to raid members, heal and buff each other, but which are not generally very threatening. The smallest Mantid crates contain Cathic Bombardiers and War Callers, which again are not particularly problematic. Finally, there are 3 types of adds which, when killed, grant buffs to either tanks, healers, or DPS players in the raid. We've hopefully given you a brief enough look at this fight, and you can rest assured that we're going to cover all the mechanics in detail in our guide. Thank you for watching.